Hello everyone, welcome back to Simulated Heaven, and welcome back to Ranch Simulator. As you might be able to see, I've been rather busy in this game. I would say that I have about 15 hours on this save game. I kind of wanted to see how the game pans out. The other video that I have done on this game, basically you can see that I finished the tutorial, and the thing is, the game doesn't really explain to you that much about how to make money, so it took me a little bit of time to kind of work out. At first I tried with chickens, but I found that a bit hard right at the start, so on this game I went with pigs. So essentially I have I started as soon as possible buying a load of pigs. I used to have them in like a fenced area over here, but then after a while I started to make these barns. Now I just thought that I would basically update you on how I'm feeling about this game. I would say actually this game has a lot of potential. I like the idea of the game. I just think that they certainly have to add more content. Like at the moment, the map is not that big, and there's only like 4 locations that you can, like 4 shops and things like that. So hopefully they'll add more stuff into the map. I don't know, maybe you could go fishing or other activities on the map. Also, I found that it is a very early access game. For example, the pigs will die. Like basically, I found that the pigs will die way too fast. If they don't have food and water, sometimes it feels like half a game day or 1 game day, and then you will find out that they die, right? So I found that like a little bit annoying at the beginning because I'll be really busy running around. But ever since I added these the troughs here, and then I've added this silo. So basically this silo, you can fill up the silo. So one of the things that was annoying in the early game is that these pigs eat a lot of food, and you have to keep running over to the market and buying all the bags of wheat, I think it is. Which it started to get very tiresome when I still only use this ATV, so you can basically fit a fair amount in the back, but not that much, and I would end up having to do quite a lot of those kind of runs, right? And then eventually, when I had enough resources, enough money from selling the pig meat, I then bought this silo and this water tower. I mean, it's like a windmill, but essentially it will extract water, and you can see the area that it will fill up all of the water troughs in this area. You see, with the green outline. That's why I have all my water troughs and everything over here in the corner for my chicken area. Now, I find it a little bit annoying as well that the AI, you see all the chickens, they all hang around here. Probably because this is where the food is, but it would be nice if the AI was a bit more intelligent, just walking around a little bit more. Anyway, so yeah, so ever since I could afford the old these things here, the water windmill thing, whatever you call it, and then also this will do the same thing. It will fill up all of the troughs with food, and you just need to refill. So rather than having to make loads of runs over to the shop and buying all of the bags of wheat, you just go here and you hold R and it will fill up the silo. I mean, it will cost you money, but it's way easier. Then you hold E and that will refill all of the troughs. I find that there's a bit of a lag, so you can see that I just did that, but when you have a look at the moment, it still says 14 out of 21. I think it does work fine, but there's just a bit of a lag from when you actually do that until it really happens. Now you can see with my chicken enclosure, I've used these style of fences where all I've really done is stacked up 3 logs. It took a little bit of time, but I think it looks way nicer than the regular fences. I actually found this out from the community. I think they call these advanced fences or something, but these look way nicer, because at the moment in the game there's only one style of fence, and if I was to have it around this enclosure, I think it wouldn't look as nice, right? Now, at the very start, all I've been really doing is slaughtering all of the pigs. You can see when the pig starts to get old and fat. So you see, like, this one is pretty much old and fat, right? When they're like that, at the beginning I was basically taking them in my ATV, which was kind of funny because they barely fit in the ATV, and actually sometimes even though they fit in the ATV, when you're driving down a hill the pig will die and fall out of the ATV, so it's kind of funny. But yeah, like at the beginning I was actually just physically taking the pigs down to the burger restaurant, and I was killing them in the buy zone thing of the burger restaurant, so that I could essentially, you know, then all the meat would automatically drop in the buy zone, so it was a lot easier. Then, you know, and that worked really well in the early game. I managed to earn a fair amount of money, and you can see that basically I would buy like a male and a female pig, and each of those are going to cost you $300, and then over time they'll start to have the babies, and obviously every baby is like free, so that's how you start to make like real money. One thing I find annoying, right, is every time you open a door, so if I open this door, look, all the pigs here are going to start to automatically, look, they all start to walk out the door. So this becomes very annoying when you're trying to keep them all in one place. So they have this like this tethering thing where you press E on the pig and you are basically roping it up. But the problem I have is sometimes the pathing, it won't work. So sometimes the pig will kind of get stuck, you see, like that, and it doesn't want to actually come near you, and it takes ages. So then you can imagine how annoying that is. I have to open this door, I'm trying to get the pig in, and it gets like stuck here or something, and then all these other pigs will also try to get out. So that becomes rather annoying, and I kind of like having this, you know, advanced fence here. Of course I have 4 here because it needs to be a little bit higher because the pigs were a bit larger. In fact, I think one time there was one pig that somehow managed to climb up here and managed to get out. So I think I might have to make that 5 logs high. Anyway, so I really like this because you can see over here that I have this regular barn with the regular barn doors, you know. The thing I find annoying is, yes, you can have the top part open, but you can't very easily look inside and see all your pigs and how they're doing. But by having these advanced fences here, I can very quickly, very easily just have a look inside and see how everyone is doing, which is great. So I think I might actually take off this barn door and add the advanced fences. However, I would highly recommend you use these doors, because the problem I have here is that I have the advanced fence here. That means I can only bring all the pigs in and out here, and every time I open the door, all the pigs will try to exit at the same time. So the good thing about having a couple of doors is I can first bring a pig in here, and then all these other pigs, they'll be attracted over this side, and then the following pig that I bring in, I will use the other door, you know, and it will actually give you a little bit of leeway for you to manage to get the pigs in and out. Another way of doing that is at night time when all the pigs are sleeping. That's when you can manage them, you know, and bring them out while everyone is sleeping, and that's also a bit easier. So yeah, so more recently I've been trying to up my game. One of the other things that I will say though first is, when you are making things like the windmill and the silo or any advanced buildings, it says that you need to have concrete. Now I was hoping that there will be some process, because this is like a simulator game. I was hoping that maybe you'd have to buy like a concrete mixer and, you know, add water, add the concrete and things like that. However, it's actually really simple, where if you hold it in your hand and you walk up to an active blueprint, then you just add it in the blueprint in the same way that you would with planks or with the metal. So in the future, I think it would be awesome if they somehow was to update this so that there was more of a process involved with adding things like the concrete and the metal, because at the moment it feels a little bit easy. It doesn't feel very realistic that you're just adding the bags of concrete directly into the active blueprint. So maybe in the future they'll think about that. And it's these kind of details that kind of make this game a bit early access, right? And also, I can't work out what to do with these, right? But you buy these in the hardware store, I believe. Well, I think you can actually buy them in both of the shops. And then at first I thought that it was endless water for some reason, which that wouldn't be very realistic. So they do actually after a while run out of water. But then I can't for the life of me work out how to fill them up again. So it would be awesome if I could work that out, because at the moment it's a bit of a waste, and also I can't see how empty or full up that they are. Or if there's a way of working that out, I can't seem to see that. So yeah, maybe they can update some things around the water tanks as well. I made a well, but to be honest, I don't really like it. There's some kind of thing you're supposed to do where... Is this one empty? Almost. So if I just take this one off, there's something you're supposed to do where it says something like that you're supposed to manually spin with the mouse, but for the life of me I can't work out what I'm supposed to do. You see, I'm moving the mouse, it's kind of not very clear to me what I'm supposed to be doing. So I think that's a bit ridiculous, so frankly I just will leave a bucket in there, and it seems like after a while it will automatically bring up a bucket of full water anyway. So yeah, I think it's a bit of a waste really, this one, and to be honest I would just wait until you can afford one of these water windmill things. Yeah, works pretty well. And then last but not least, it's starting to get a bit dark. Let's put my light on. Now I've finally been trying to work out how to make a bit more money. Oh yeah, and the coolers help a lot. So I was saying that early on in the game I would just basically transport the pigs directly over to the burger bar, right? But then I found out actually it's way easier for me to use these coolers. Are really awesome because each of them will hold 12 pieces of pork, and I could fit quite a lot of them on the back of here. So this is a lot more manageable, and it means that you don't have to upgrade your vehicle so early, right? Because I can basically have loads, like kill a load of my animals here on the farm, fill them up with loads of these, stick them in the back. And actually the other thing that's really good is you don't have to take the meat out. In fact, you don't even have to take the cooler out of your vehicle. You can basically leave the cooler like this on the back and the meat is inside. You drive your vehicle over the sell point at the burger bar, and it automatically will realize that there are things in here that you want to sell to them. So that's awesome. I think that's really, really cool. And it's been way easier, way faster for me to sell all of my meat ever since I started buying these coolers. Yeah. So, and then I've finally been trying to work out how to make more money using this. This is basically a meat grinder, and then you have to buy a pot that looks like this, and then you just I just will take out a piece of pork, stick it in the top like that, turn it on, and it will grind all the pork. You can also add an egg if you want it to be a little bit more higher class. You can add an egg. Let's see if any of these are. Is anyone attacking me? Right. So if you pick up an egg, if the egg is a fertilized egg, the chicken will basically attack you. So if no chickens attack you, then you know it's a good one that you can use for other things. So you can see that I have all of the meat here, the ground up meat. I'm going to add an egg because then it's a bit more valuable. There you go. Then I basically take out the meatball and I stick it in there. And I think this thing will hold 12 of these. Alright, so again, I'm trying to process more of the meat rather than only selling it in like a regular way. And yeah, that's a good way for me to earn a bit more money. So let me first go to sleep. It's a bit dark. I do actually really like how the game is realistic with how dark it is. Yeah, so there's not really that much else I can say. Am I enjoying the game? I have to say that the more I play it, the more I seem to be getting, slowly addicted. But I do think that this game is certainly one they need to work on more, and I think it's going to get more addictive the more things they add, the more content that they add. So I don't really envisage that I'm going to be making loads more videos on this quite yet, unless they start adding a lot of content. However, maybe I'll do one more video after I can afford a house. I'm hoping I can basically build a house here, and after I upgrade my vehicle finally, maybe I will do one more video on the current content when I have a new vehicle and I have a house, But other than that, I think I've pretty much got quite near the end of the content at the moment. You can buy cows and you can get milk, but the cows at the moment, if you slaughter cows, weirdly, they don't actually earn enough from the meat to cover the cost that you had to outlay to buy them in the first place, which is a little bit weird. And there's no breeding with the cows yet either, so at the moment it isn't really worth it for you to have cows unless you really need the milk, and I would only really need the milk if I wanted to start adding milk into the meatballs, or selling dairy. But all that is going to do is start meaning I can earn a little bit extra money. So yeah, I don't think there's like loads more content right now. So yeah, that's why I'm saying that I think I'm just going to make one more video when I can afford a nice vehicle or two and a house, and then hopefully this game will get updated a lot in the future. So thanks for watching this video, and as always, hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And of course, if you have any specific questions about this game, you can leave a comment in the comments section below. So thanks for watching this update video, and see you in the next one.